Happy Friday there, Wally. Not much going on here, which is nice. I hope the weather and your day is nice enough in Wisconsin. That sounds ideal. I may actually walk away and go get the wind thing I keep forgetting to put on here. Is the wind bad right now? It was a lot worse earlier, but it doesn't seem to be that bad. I think I may be oversensitive to it now. That sounds awesome. I think we should have similar weather. My daughters are coming back on Sunday, so that's when I will not be super available for the next 2 weeks. I will do a lot more impromptu streaming, but not actual content because now that the girls are home with no school, it's just going to be pretty crazy. So, in fact, maybe I will try to stream. I don't know how that will work. Maybe I'll just record, but I got tickets to go to the Tigers game on the 19th, and they were free, which is always nice, right in my price range. So I'm taking my daughter and her friend. So I'll figure out what I'll do with that. I don't know if I'll stream or not. I don't know if you're allowed to be honest. But I'm just not sure what I want to do tomorrow. I think I've been pushing myself a little bit too hard lately. I'm very tired today. But again, it's a good kind of tired. So I may just take tomorrow off, stay inside, straighten up, get ready for the girls to come, and maybe do a video indoors for once. Well, not for once, but I haven't done much lately. It's just been too. I've been too eager to get outside every day. I don't like staying in and editing videos and all of that. What are you doing at the moment, Wally? I know you said generally speaking, you're just kind of going about doing Wally things and kind of half listening. And if Nanette happens to be near, tell her I said hello. Or if you remember later, tell her I said hello. And if Crystal's there also, same. Or any of the other family. I know you have. I think of the name I saw. Bleh, a bug just flew onto my lip. Was it Chris? Was one of your sons, I believe. Oh well, I'm glad it went well and all that. Hope everything continues to go better. I'm debating moving the view, well, the camera view down by the creek where I normally go to get some of the water. I'm gonna go check out what the view looks like there because sometimes the tree obstructs the sunset. So, what's going on, Ninja? I will be back in a moment. I'm gonna go take a look at what it looks like down there and be right back. I think it's a nice view there. Let's go check it out. Let's try not to fall in. Where should we put it? Let's see. Ooh, I wonder if I can get this right. Let me see. Let's see. Oh man. This view is not perfect, and I want it to be perfect. So. He deserves more subs. I hope your guys are getting two sunsets, one up top, one on bottom. I can't see very well because I'm getting blinded by two sunsets. How does that look? I apologize if that was all noise and clunky and all of that. This is my older outdoor one that I actually need to come out with some WD-40 and spray down. So to be honest, Wally, I haven't done that. I'm not generally comfortable doing it. It's something that I'm getting to that point now that I think I mentioned that the my buddy Nick is doing. That is a nice color of that sky. Goodness, you guys are lucky. With the aquatic isopods and now looking for snakes. The answers I'm going to be getting there, and as I start, I'm going to be filming a lot more. It's something I'm slowly getting into. It's just funny how I'm slowly progressing to more and more stuff like that. In that, I first just started going out on my walks, then I started filming, then I started editing video, then I got into isopods, then I started flipping logs, finding out about snakes through bioactive, seeing those guys out here. Now I'm into, all of that stuff. So it's just funny how my course of down the path of nature is progressing. I gotta move this. It's very precarious. I want to move this down a little more. And then I can readjust as so. Down a little more. There we go. How does that look on your end, guys? Because I would like to just leave it there for the duration. Maybe I'll move a little bit to the right. I wish I had taken a little bit more advantage of the water being as low as it was the last few days. Now that it's raining, the water's kind of coming up. But it comes and goes. I think over this next week we're supposed to get a bunch more rain. Eager to see how this looks when the sun comes out from behind this cloud bank. The neighbor's dog is saying hello. Maybe when the sun goes down, we'll go for a walk in the forest when we shouldn't. See something. How does... I'm on this little concrete ledge here. Oh, how does it show? I don't want to ruin it, but let's get that. I'm hoping to leave it here and get the rest of the sunset like it is, because it's going to look like the two sunsets are racing to meet. At least I hope, anyway. That's what it looks like in my head. In my stream, when was that one? Um, my first stream this morning. Yeah, this is the hat trick. This is my third one today. But right over here on the left side of the screen, if I can get my finger right in this area back here, there was a big old snapping turtle. I don't know how well it came out on the live stream, but I got him on. I keep saying on film, but I got him for a little bit on recording slash live stream. Hey Elizabeth, how is it going? Nice to see you. Did you finish all of the isopods yet? All of the isopods project? I was just laughing in Wally's stream yesterday with the isopod titans. That was one of the things that they were talking about, is how everything is constantly changing, and if you know all of the isopods today, they're changing the genus tomorrow or discovering a new one. Elizabeth, do you know how to make Discord servers? You want to help me make one? You're taking off, Wally? In short, very briefly, because I'm trying not to talk too much. I guess it's not that bad. It's my own live stream, but um, I. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that was fun. It's too bad Russ had to go, but Life happens. What was I looking at? Hey, what's going on, Shamrock? I don't recall chatting with you, so hello, welcome. This is not my backyard per se. The apartments that you see off to the left are where I live, so it's basically a minute walk from my front door. Less than that, 45 seconds to where I'm at right now. So, and then the woods are behind me where I go on my walks. I don't know. Again, I'm not familiar with you, so I don't know how if you've seen any of my live streams or all that. Yeah, we were talking about Russ. He was hanging out in Wally or Supreme Gecko's stream last night, and what was I talking about a moment ago, Elizabeth? Oh, making a Discord server. But in a very again in my own short thing spiel, I just want to make a place for small content. I tend you may hear me say small YouTubers, but I just mean small content creators, people who can share resources. Like me, I don't mind editing. I don't mind, for example, if someone's like, hey, could you film a sunset so I could use it for a this or a that? And that's something I could do, or film isopods, or get out my macro lens. But just a place where people can do all that, talk about sharing resources, make certain things for certain hobbies like isopods, photography, music. What is that? And all that. I just want, but again, I'm Discord ignorant. I know how to very superficially use it, but that's about it. And see, but Wally, I'm the same. That's what I'm getting at. It's like, just again, I understand the basic superficial level of it, and that's about it. And but yeah, and then I'd be open to, again, me and Wally always say, I don't know what I don't know. So if you would have any suggestions, tips, whatever, and we can talk about it at a later time. But that's just, I've been wanting to do that for a while. And just like I say, place for people to pool resources, come together, stuff like that. So, but interacting with Discord like I do, again, I can only imagine the amount of things that are out there to do and engage with that I'm not even aware of, because I don't enjoy Discord. The only reason I enjoy Discord is it's another method or way for me to connect or network or meet people and all that. So I do enjoy that aspect of it. So Shamrock, do you have a channel or do content or anything? Because if so, I'll try to remember to check something out. Or if you could always leave a comment somewhere in a video or something, even down below. I don't know if you can even leave comments right now in this, but just I don't want to forget, and I probably will, because I apologize. I'm not that smart. I forget a lot more than I retain. Oh, okay. So that is okay. Yep. And me and Ninja talk about the fact that I especially in this format, I don't know if you've live streamed, but the way I view it, I can barely read names, so I mainly focus on the avatar or PFP, whatever term is used. So I just see a big purple S, and I'm not familiar with that. So I apologize for not recognizing you. So thank you for pointing that out. And I saw that you responded to my comment, but I didn't have a chance, obviously, to reply because I'm out here. So I'm sorry for not being that punctual with that. I don't know if you guys could have heard that motorcycle going by, but I often call this suburbiance because it's a nice quiet scene, the water running off to the right, and then you get some guy ripping through in a Mustang, or someone yelling at their dog to get in the house, or something like that. The big one, the big garbage trucks banging the dumpsters randomly. So, oops, I just kicked the camera. I apologize for that. And even, it's funny now that Shamrock's here. Part of what I don't want to say I get beat up, but in Wally's videos and all of that, or more in his live streams, I get told I need to redo my banner and my stuff like that. And that's one of my interests in that um, Discord group also is I don't have an art brain. And like I say, when I try to do my PFP, it's just like reiterations of the my original PFP, but maybe with a different color or a different positioning. But again, I don't have the brain to think outside of what I think about with art. I don't know how to explain it again like that, and I probably sound pretty silly, but I hope that kind of makes sense. And that's one of the things I'm looking for. And similarly, how Shamrock, you and I were just kind of a little bit talking about editing and all of that. I started editing only 2 years ago, and I'm not that smart. I'm very tedious and do things the way I do, but again, I can at least help little ways when I can. So yeah, I can't draw. I always say I can't draw two stick figures the same way. I don't have that art brain. Well, I guess it's just starting to maybe develop. Man, I hope it looks as good on your end as I think this looks to me right now. Because again, you're getting two sunsets at the same time, which is awesome. And Shamrock, no, you obviously you never have to, but I always ask, where are you from? What's the weather like right now, and how's your day going? And if you don't know, in fact, some people don't. I'm in Michigan, but the channel is Misopods with it being a not so much a pun as play on words as isopods with the MI for my state code, which is Michigan. So I actually am not familiar with. I mean, and I'm again, I'm not the biggest Pink Floyd fan, but I'm acclimated to him, and I've never actually heard that song before. So that's interesting. Oh, okay, New York. I mentioned to Wally a few minutes ago. I'm going to a Tigers game. My daughter is going, and her friend is going. Her dad is also going, and he's from New York. And we talk a lot about the him being there and all of that stuff. It's fun. And one of the things I always say this when I talk about New York, always, is that, and this is because he reminded me about it, is in my mind, I always think that New York State is New York City. Like the whole state is like all one big, megapolis, and that there's no country, no other areas, no, suburban areas, no farmlands, no anything like that. And I forget that all that actually is there and that New York is pretty big. Yeah, that was neat, Wally. Is that quoting the song or did you make that up? I'm actually kind of proud of myself. I made a poem that I generally retain from one of my Skyrim videos. Oh, awesome. I did not. See, again, I'm not familiar with that song at all. So that's great. Yeah, I would never think anyone, in New York would say that. I live 30 feet from a cornfield. That again, just I love it. Viper geckos. It's funny that if I ever get enough money to get something more than my rescued African fat tail, I'm looking at vipers because of the communal aspect of them. They intrigue me. And you know what's funny, Wally? I was just gonna ask that of Shamrock because he's kind of new and I'm just new to his channel, so I'll let him answer your questions instead. Oh, they're nerding out about music now. I love it. Hey Wally, I have a question for you, and I guess Ninja, this will probably apply to you too, because I'm 41, I think, if I recall correctly. I was never good at geology, but I have my daughters listen to the radio when I do. It's on oldies, and I hate the fact that what is considered oldies today is what I listened to growing up. And did you guys have that? Is it just me? That is that a new thing, or is that something that you just that happens that no one talks about? It's a big slap in the face. Here's the new the new set of oldies, and it's the stuff I listened to in high school. Ugh. No. The best part about this spot is that you'll oh wow, there it is. No, it's not. Dang it, I thought. Whew. I thought I saw Turtle's head poking out as I was just about to say this spot is grand because as things, especially in the evening like this, anything from beavers in the past, turtles, muskrats, herons, the mallards will come around this bend from the right, and some of them will actually see me and keep coming. Some of them will stop, but it's just fascinating sometimes. I don't know if you're asking me that, Elizabeth, but no. I always say there are two aspects, well, maybe three, of why I love living in Michigan. You get the four seasons in all of their glory, and it's the safest state in terms of climate, meaning we don't have tornadoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, and things like that. But the other thing I love about Michigan is, for all intents and purposes, there's not many things that can kill me, drag me in the water. I don't have to worry right now about what's behind me, and I absolutely love that. I don't have to worry about a snake pulling me in, like you're saying, a gator being behind me, sticking something in, like, all that. So I get that, Shamrock, and you. I'm the weirdo in that. And if you, like I say, you're new to my channel and all that, but one of my greatest achievements this past winter was I walked out in the blizzard with my GoPro, and it ended up freezing in about 16 or 17 minutes. And that video's on my channel if you ever get bored, but it's not anything crazy to watch. It's just me walking around in a slight windy blizzard. But I love the winter. I absolutely love it. If you think I'm not checking my six the entire time I'm out here, Ninja, you're silly. If I can ever do something to get an action camera, an outdoor action camera to replace my GoPro, Ninja had a great idea today, and I mean, I don't know where he came up with the idea, but it was brilliant. He recommended I start a live stream when I get the replacement for my GoPro and start a live stream on my GoPro and go to a gun range and shoot it and during the live stream. That was a really good idea, Ninja. 95 American degrees? See, I'm not built for heat. I didn't like it in Iraq and Kuwait. And my philosophy is when it gets so hot that the only thing you can do to enjoy it is get out of the heat, it's counterproductive to me. But I get why people love it. It's just not my thing. Again, I'm more built for cold like that. So I threw axes as a kid, but never when it was a thing. We used to have a wood chopping thing where my dad was, so I used to always do that. What don't you like about being in Texas? I don't know if it's climate, politics, people, or you just prefer some other place. I don't know if it's because there's not enough isopods. Take care, Wally. Thank you for hanging out per usual. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Enjoy dinner with the family. Love you guys. See, and that's kind of my thing with the heat. So I feel you on that, Elizabeth. I want to start getting more proficient at isolating bird audio and posting videos slash video audio of bird calls. It's one of those things that it's again initially frustrating for me because I'm not good at it. I'm not good at photography, and but I don't look at things like that as a reason to stop. I know I need to, practice, get more better, focus on things. So it's funny because as I'm sitting here, I know a lot of these bird calls, but I can't even like point them out to you unless they're very distinct or the audio's isolated, like there's no other audio going on and it's very loud. See, and I don't know anything about cats to know if that means it's like hungry or it wants to eat you. I don't know. I've never really met a cat that has liked me, and that feeling has been semi-mutual. I don't dislike cats, just they're not my thing. I told you my cat's a joke, right, Elizabeth? Was it you I DM'd about that because I couldn't say it in the Discord chat because people would be mad about it? If not, I don't know if I should say it. I kind of want to say it just because Ninja's here. So basically, yeah, I'll say it because it's not super bad, but anytime someone says, I love cats, I either think or say, depending on how much trouble I want to get in, I love cats too. It just depends on how they're prepared. I prefer mine with garlic. Throw some cheese on it. This sunset is awesome, but at the same time, I want it to go down and hurry up. I want it to go for a walk in the woods before it gets too dark, but it's just such a beautiful sunset. I kind of wish I didn't. I should say, I wish I would have set up the GoPro separately to film that. It's not horrible, Ninja. Don't knock it till you try it. See, and like, in all seriousness, like in humor aside, I have, I am not against. Um, oh, take care, Shamrock. All right, if you're taking out, yep. All right. Good luck with all that. What was I saying? Oh, I I would eat a lot of animals most people would think it's morally objectionable to eat, but I don't think there's morality in meat. So, but like I get that often when I say like, "Oh, I would eat a cat." People are like, "Oh, that's messed up. What would you do if I said that about a dog?" I'm like, "I would eat that too. I would eat horse." I think America wastes a lot of meat with that. I think it's a disaster that in Australia, when they had a invasive, I don't know if it's rabbits or hares introduced, the population exploded so much that instead of trying more organic ways to remove them, and they tried introducing a disease into them to slow and eventually kill them, but it didn't. Even though it's working, they're just still breeding so fast that they outbreed it. But they all have that virus now, so humans and like dogs can't eat them. So now instead of a bunch of rabbits, they have a bunch of sick rabbits, and they did that to themselves. I know my old buddy in the Marines was from Louisiana, and he said they used to eat weird stuff. Yeah, there's nothing on that list that I would not eat. With the exception, I'm allergic to fish, so I don't know. I know I've had frog, and I can eat shellfish, but I can't eat fish. I don't know if I'm going to do it. You know, it's funny. I keep referring to things as season, like how last season I didn't get Oniscus osalis, and in this season I plan to. And next season, I think I'm going to focus on trying to get aquatic plants from here and cultivating, propagating them. But it's just funny because season has that ambiguous meaning in regards to like it being like season one of a television show. But I'm actually using it more of like the seasonal change of spring and summer when I more actively get isopods. Camel meat, because that sounds good. I've heard that's phenomenal. I don't know if you're saying your dad had a camel or has had camel meat. Gosh, now I'm getting hungry. Oh, that's awesome. I haven't had anything really crazy, I don't think. Like I've had like buffalo, I've had black bear, deer. Um, I've had alligator, frog legs. I had emu and ostrich when I was in Australia. What else? I don't think I've had anything else too crazy. It's funny, when I was in the Marine Corps and doing all of my traveling, I had such a reserved food palate. And since being out, my palate has opened up a lot more, and I kind of regret not trying stuff. Here comes the cloud to wipe away the sun. And I'm exactly the same way. I laugh because I tell my daughters, but and again it's because it's my rule. You take at least two bites, because usually that first bite, if it's something odd, you're focused more on the shock or surprise of the taste more than what the actual taste is. So you take that, then you take the second bite, and hopefully get at least a more quote honest opinion about it. For me, textures are something, again, I hope this makes sense. Textures are not deal breakers, they're something to navigate, meaning some foods I will like sear or cook a different way to change the texture of it, or putting something like ranch on it, cheese, cooking it in a pan with water to make the texture different. I'm learning to do stuff like that because, again, I'm too cheap. I grew up poor and I'm stingy, so I will not waste food. So I will find a way to, if I can't make it enjoyable, I'll just make it so I don't hate it and can eat it because I do not like throwing out and wasting food. See, even something like pudding, if you just cook it, you can make it crunchy. You can put it on stuff. You could try it warm versus cold, or even freeze it. See, I this is one of those weird things. I'm not that bad with steak fat, but I understand it because it is like it's incredibly gross. But I actually, so I'm the opposite of you. I will chew on the fat because generally, like not always, but I marinate and make my own steaks. So the fat actually has a lot of flavor to it, the way I make my steaks. So I chew on it and then spit it out. Or I just eat it if I can get enough of it on the steak where it's not like a mouthful of fat. Because again, and that's the other thing about fat on steaks, the parts around the fat, generally speaking, are the most moist and flavorful because the fat kind of draws stuff in there. See, what's weird? I talk to people about stuff like that where I don't know, again, I don't know, I don't want to say wrong. I don't like to use the term wrong, but I don't know what's wrong with me because I have had cases like that where a fish that tasted weird made me throw up. And my point is, anytime I've either thrown up or got food poisoning, like most people are like, and I could never eat that thing again, or oh, anytime that texture, I could never eat it again. Whereas for me, anytime in my life where that has happened, I just try to get more free food. I'm like, I just went there and it was actually pretty good, but I got sick and threw it up and I got food poisoning. Like, can I get comped for my meal or come back and eat again? And usually they're like, yeah, because unless it's like I've never had anything that was so repulsive I that I threw up. Again, there have been other things like that, but I'm weird like that. I've had literally like where I got food poisoning from like whether it was spoiled or undercooked or whatever. But I just I paid for it. I want more. Again, now if I took it and it was bad, that'd be different. Yeah, that's how I am. I wonder if we do ninja, but it the symptoms are not as crazy. I don't know. In that, I think our society has progressed so much that there's just you don't have to do as much to stop food spoilage. Whereas back in the day, if you ate something that was bad, it was probably bad to the degree you would get some kind of disease or maybe die. For us, if we get something bad, it's got so much preservatives and all that other stuff in it that again, it probably just gives us diarrhea. I eat a lot, but I try not to eat after about 19:30, just as a rule of thumb. Unless I made today because obviously I can't eat now while I'm out here, so we will see. But I am eager to potentially get that Discord server together. I just love that. When I first got onto Discord, that is why I got onto Discord. There was a server like that, but what happened was, and you may understand the way Discord works, but it the server owner or whatever admin guy whatever um, got a lot of kids there because kids are active on it. But once he stepped away, he was like the dam holding back their immaturity, and it kind of went to crap, and it's not around anymore. That's a really nice view too. I do that sometimes. Elizabeth Ninja gets mad. Oh, eating again. He actually shames me. You should probably block him and ignore him. No, yeah, and well, today, during my which stream before I picked up garbage? Yeah, during my second stream. No, my first stream. I ate my sandwich and drank my pop. I got you fat shaming me. I got Simon Moss shaming me. I'm gonna jump into the water. No, I haven't done any trapping at all. Like even when I say my snake trap that I have there, it's just a board that they tend to go. In fact, I may go walk away and check it really quick because they tend to be there right around now. So I'm going to do that in a moment. So you'll actually see me. You may see me off to the left. I don't know how this view will work, but no, I want to. I'm very hesitant. I'm very conservative when I don't know something. I don't want to kill something. I don't want the trap to get, not put the trap the right way and have it wash away because I can't afford it. I don't have a lot of money, so I want to make sure I do it right. So, and that's what I want to get more. If I knew someone who could teach me, but like I say, I don't want to do something as trivial as leaving it an hour or two too long and killing a turtle or a fish or something like that. That obviously I don't want to trap things to kill them. I don't. So I would love to do that. Like that's why I'm kind of starting with snakes, all of that. So yeah, and tell me that. But I'll read it when I get back. I'm gonna run and check that my Polish trap over there. So I will be right back. I do eat every day, Ninja. You are right. All right, guys, it's been an hour. Bye-bye. No, I'm just joking. Um, I heard of something similar where they did it with potatoes, basically. They cut potatoes in half, cored them out a little bit, and then, like you're saying, would either dig them in a hole or just put them upside down. There was another video where you could get like mesh chicken wire, roll it up into a tube, and then cut pieces out to have like inverted cones going in. So basically, the snakes can the coned ending will lead them into the trap, but will be difficult for them to find to get out of the trap. And I'm debating doing that, but that may be something I lean more heavily into next season also. So, I've been looking at things like, so for example, if you just take a pop bottle and just cut it in half and turn the where you would drink the opposite way, turn it in and just either glue it or tape it, that would maybe work. Just like a very cheap alternative. Get like a 2 liter and do that. But again, those are just things I'm thinking of that I'm not super concerned with at the moment. I wish I had a friend or a fellow nerd in the hobby. They don't even have to want to be my friend, and they don't even have to like me. They could just want to come out here and do all this stuff. No, I did not. Is everything changing? Because even Ninja was saying like YouTube is changing their name system. I don't know. I'm that old conservative guy who doesn't care about anything, whatever. The world's changing and I don't care. Like every time I come into YouTube to Discord and it has the like, you need to check this thing X, I don't care, whatever. This is a brand new change. It's a yeah, okay, click, goodbye. Well, like Ricky on the Trailer Park Boy said, if it's broke, don't fix it. So is your name what I see in a Discord server, or is that what like your the ID? Like if I were to invite you, where it would have like your name and a series of numbers. So I know you have like your main name. Oh, Beaver just went by, I think. Oh, gosh. So tempted. That may be a freaking beaver. Let me see your tail, guy. That was a big one too, man. Woo. We have well, so we have muskrats here, and here comes some ducks. So watch to the right of the screen. You'll see some ducks and some ducklings come by. Hey guys. Go, mama, go. Too much? Maybe you can't. They can't make it past the current. But so we have muskrats and beavers. I see muskrats more now, but what would it have been? January 2021, they took the beaver dam out. They had the construction people come and remove it. And so I haven't really seen a beaver since then, but the one that just swam by was so large that I don't think it was a muskrat. There go the ducks. Can you see them now? But yeah, so basically that I've never seen a beaver since then, but that dude was huge. I mean, it could have been a big muskrat. The muskrats I see tend to be more smaller. I say I've never seen a. I'm very intrigued by that now. What's funny is I didn't say anything, but in the video, right before I said anything about the beaver, right around where the ducks are now, I could see a disturbance in the water, and I wasn't sure what it was. And I thought it was just the mallards up ahead, but it ended up being that big beaver. Well, what I hope was the beaver. Up and down. It's um so I didn't see my girls at all like last week because it was their last week of school and they were at my or at their mom's, so I didn't want to disturb them, you know what I'm saying? Like I wanted them to be able to focus on that. And this week I just haven't seen them at all, so it kind of sucks. But the weather's been nice, so I've been trying to get out more. But I did get to see my daughter and my nephew on either Wednesday or Thursday. Wednesday. My sister asked me to watch my nephew, so I brought my youngest with me. So I got to see them for a little bit. I want to move this down. I like the way that rock at the bottom of the screen is. I'm keeping an eye out for that beaver because the muskrat will often swim, I guess, off to the right of the camera and then come back with a mouthful of reeds and go off then eat them. But because it's the evening like this, I'm assuming he's going wherever he's going for the evening, which now makes me more curious because if he doesn't come back, I know the beaver's lodging back over there, or again, potentially the beaver or a massive muskrat, which I gotta figure out. That I keep looking to see if he's going to be coming back, and I haven't seen him. By the way, Ninja, I'm going to be getting Bug Thug made into a shirt. So thanks for that. I'm kind of confused. Why can't you go back there if they're playing music? Are you Amish and you can't hear music? No, they can hear music. It's Muslims are not supposed to listen to music? I forget. Yeah, you called me Bug Thug in some comment. Oh, okay, that makes sense, Elizabeth. I say I just am naturally curious, so when I don't understand something, I just ask. If I had something like a Cayman or a big monitor, I wonder if you could let them out in this. No, they would be gone. I'd have to fence off an area. Someone will do it somewhere in Florida, though. I actually have for my. I said I was at my sister's the other day, and I have these two. I'm assuming they're crickets, but they're just like heavily like thick armored. Not they're not your mama's crickets. They look like part katydid. They may. I wonder if they are katydid. No, because they were jumping too actively. I don't know. I have to get some pictures of them. I also, what was that? Got a bunch of Armadillidium vulgare and two Nazatum. Do you need a lot of room for them? Like, I just assume so, but I don't know that. I think about 10 minutes I'm going to wrap up. And that'll be, yeah, that'll be about an hour and a half, right? I'm gonna sleep good tonight. Almost all of nature is settling in right now. What do you guys think? Who was it? Ryan George? What movie was it? Five more minutes. 5 minutes, aye, sir. He's Amish. He's not on Discord. Here comes another group of ducks. This one's a little bigger though. Well, the ducklings are anyway. About 2 more minutes, we're going to be wrapping this up. I'll figure out what I'm going to do for a late snack that I normally don't do. I ate all my salsa, so I can't do that. About 1 minute left. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Thanks for hanging out, Elizabeth. I think you're still here, I'm assuming. So I'll probably catch you on Discord. Ninja, if you're still here, I will not catch you on Discord because you're not on there. Stop being Amish. Live in the now. Take care of yourselves. Take care of the ones you love. And until the next time we chat, go easy.